Thank you so much, everyone, for staying with us. So I did tell you that yesterday, the President Muhammadu Buhari did talk about those who are planning to rig election and his instruction to security agencies. Take a listen to him.
Anybody who decides to snatch boxes or lead thugs to disturb it, maybe that's the last lawful action he will take. I really give the military and the police to be ruthless. We are not going to be blamed that we want to rig election. I want Nigerians to be respected. Let them vote whoever they want across the parties.
Portions of that statement is not going down well with the opposition party. A lot of Nigerians are also reacting to that. Listen to what the chairman of the PDP and the candidate of the PDP said today at the party's next meeting in Abuja.
I am certain that you have also keenly followed with interest utterances from the leadership of the All Progressive Congress and General Muhammadu Buhari in particular, which is a painful reminder of the era of dictatorship and military rule. General Buhari has repeatedly violated the Constitution and failed to uphold the rule of law. The military, go back and study your Constitution, go back and study the Army Act and other subsidiary legislations. You have no role in the conduct of elections whatsoever.
You must know that before you, there were presidents. And you must know that after you, there will be presidents. And you must know that the order that you have given is a death sentence on all voters of Nigeria.
There you have it. Let's get talking, everyone. We have on the program tonight the spokesperson or the director of strategic communications of the All Progressives Congress Presidential Campaign Council, Mr. Festus Keyamo, senior advocate. He joins us from our Abuja studio, and also a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and a chieftain of the PDP, Senator Dino Melaye. Both of them are in our Abuja studio. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for coming on today. It does look like your party, Senator Melaye, not happy with what President Buhari said yesterday. Perhaps some of the things that the APC is saying is that he did say it out of an innocent mind that it does not want the elections to be rigged.
Anyway, I want to start by saying I am utterly disappointed in my president. I am completely in shock that in a democratic setting, a president will speak with the anointing of Idi Amin Dada of Uganda. A president will use the word ruthless. The president will order killings of Nigerians without going through legal procedures. That's totally unacceptable, totally unacceptable. I'm utterly disappointed in that statement. And the statement will just remind me of a portion of the Bible that says, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. There is no reason, no rationale for the president of a country who is the father of the nation to speak in such draconian manner. Sheung, I am appalled. That statement is very unprecedented. And I expected that by now the president should have apologized to Nigerians and withdraw that statement. But instead, there's been a lot of efforts boxing the wind by chieftains of the APC, trying to defend what is not defendable, trying to even give different colorations and insinuations to the statement by Mr. President. Well, Nigerians, and he spoke in English language, and all of us understand that that statement was least expected of Mr. President. But because Maybe that is what he meant. But I want to say that the God we serve will continue to intervene in our situations in this country. I am disappointed because I have kids who watch television. Presidents are supposed to be role models for people in the society. Their statements of presidents are quotations for life that people will definitely want to read and repeat. So what will happen to a young Nigerian child who listened to the president of his country using the word ruthless, saying they're going to descend on people and kill people? I mean, it's appalling, it's a shame, it's a big shame.
Mr. Keyamo, interestingly, you are a lawyer, and some of the criticisms that have come is perhaps the utterance of the president saying that they will be ruthlessly dealt with. If you hear a senior lawyer in the land, Afe Babalola, who also condemned that statement, what is your party stance on that? Do you think the president should have said that?
Well, I think I've listened to so many uninformed comments since yesterday, and comments that are they are laced with heavy politics. But let me tell you straight away that there is no spin to put to the statement of the president. There is no need to repackage it. What the president said is 100% correct, 100% defensible, and I will urge him to repeat it over and over again. Let me make it very clear that the president said that whoever leads a band of thugs to go and snatch ballot boxes will pay dearly for it with his life. That is a correct statement of the law. Because if you look at the definition of thugs, people speak without looking at definitions. A thug is a murderer. A thug is a robber. A thug is a vicious person. The law is that when you are found at the scene of a crime, committing violence that will put the lives of people in danger, you can be shot dead on the spot. Every lawyer knows that one of the defenses to criminal liability is what they call justification and excuse. And that is what they call, that is justification of excuse, this particular situation. People have cited the Electoral Act, and I said those people are ignorant. That the Electoral Act says that those who snatch ballot boxes should be given some fine and 3 years imprisonment and all kinds of things. But I will tell you that under the law, if a person commits the offense, the prosecutor has an option to charge him under different laws. If those who snatch ballot boxes are robbers, by definition of the law, because if you take anything by force, you are a robber. That's the definition of armed robbery under the Robbery and Firearms Act. So if you come to a police station, take note, you don't even have to be armed. But in most cases, they're armed. The Robbery and Firearms Act says that if you just threaten violence or use violence, you don't have to be armed. For instance, if you use a heavy blow to threaten somebody or to actually hit somebody to snatch the person's bag, that is armed robbery. Even though you're not carrying a weapon, it's armed robbery under the Robbery and Firearms Act. And what is the punishment? The punishment is death sentence under that act. Also, if you try to intimidate and overawe the state to take power by force under that constitutional means, that can be treason or treasonable felony. And I can charge the person under treason or treasonable felony because you are trying to change a government by force, by snatching a ballot box and changing a government under constitutional means. You can be charged for treasonable felony or treason. And the punishment for treason is death. So, for Christ's sake, I make no other coloration to what the president said. I make no other excuse. The president stated the correct position of the law, and I will tell the president to repeat it over and over again. We have had a problem of election rigging in our country since elections started in Nigeria. And it is high time we took a definite, harsh position on it, supported by law. And whoever does not like it, that means that is the person that is the rigger and the person that wants to snatch ballot boxes. It's just like somebody who comes to a premises and says that all prostitutes in these premises stink. And if two women come out and say, what do you mean? And the women begin to show their anger and frustration, that will tell you that you have just identified the prostitutes in that premises. The president did not say APC or PDP members, anybody who snatches ballot boxes. Since yesterday, PDP has been crying foul. And so it is clear to Nigerians who are those who snatch ballot boxes. And that is what the PDP has been doing since yesterday. So I want to tell Nigerians there's nothing wrong with that statement. Whoever wants to snatch ballot boxes, be prepared to pay for it with your life. If you are shot dead, that is what they call justification and excuse. And if you are charged to court, you also die. Any way you do, whether you die on the spot or you are charged to court, you order robbery or treason, you will still die. Either way, you will die. Don't snatch ballot boxes if you don't want to die.
Senator Melaye, how does that sound to you? Well, that's a senior lawyer there. You're a lawmaker. So in that sense, when a lawyer and a lawmaker meet, is that justifiable to you?
I'm also a lawyer. I mean, I'm also in a student. I'm a 300 level law student. So anyway, I would just say that what my brother and friend Festus is saying, in essence, is that we should cure illegality with illegality. Basically, that is what he's saying, and it's actually very ridiculous and laughable that a lawyer, SAN of his status, will defend this gross incompetence of the president as okay. In fact, he said he will advise the president to do same again and again. I mean, we are really in a precarious situation in this country. Festus is my brother, is my friend. The slow motion defense he just gave to Mr. President now definitely show that in his days before becoming the spokesman, he would have defended this the other way. But you know, when you are not speaking the truth, most times it won't flow. So, and that is what is happening here. The truth of the matter is no one is supporting snatching of ballot boxes. No one will. And I want to say that it is the characteristics of APC. We saw it in Ekiti, we saw it in Osun, and it's actually their trademark and their heritage. So no one in the PDP is pro-snatching of ballot boxes. But what we are saying is that we are in a very civilized climate. Is Festus saying that everyone who snatches ballot box kills? What is the punishment for snatching ballot box if you are not injurious to other people? We are in a very civilized situation in this country, or we are supposed to be in a very civilized milieu in this country, where laws are supposed to be respected, where the president, like I said, is supposed to be a role model to Nigerians, where you are supposed to speak with utmost decorum and respect for rule of law, and where a president will come and say a man who commits an offense without going through prosecution, without going through legal processes, should be killed. Automatically, you have empowered the security agencies and the satanic characters you have in the APC to take laws into their hands. And it's appalling that this is the perspective. And that statement from the president, actually, for me, is a serious confirmation that the president has to visit London again, because it is not expected for any rationally thinking, intellectually mobile leader to make such
those are strong words there, Senator Melaye, to the #1 citizen of the country, especially the leader of the land. No matter what, politics aside, that's the citizen of, I mean, that's the #1 citizen of the land. Let's use some very nice words. We can discuss politics, but
don't make it look as if I've sounded insolent. I've not sounded insolent.
Shehu,
I've not sounded insolent at all.
Shehu, if you listen to their meeting today, their caucus meeting, they spent 90% of the caucus meeting abusing the president. That has been the trajectory and the style of the PDP for some time now. And Nigerians are watching. And they are watching and seeing that these are the same people who covet the office of the president so much.
Mr. Keyamo, the one that I have some level of power over is the one that happens in our studio here, where I'm the moderator. But I don't have power over what the PDP is saying in their caucus. But the question really is the implication of what the president did say. Do you think some security agents might take it way too far beyond what the president has said?
The security agents, they know exactly that is the law. And please, my friend Dino Melaye should not twist my statement out of what I said. I am saying it definitely and clearly. He has not quoted the law. I am citing the law for him. All my life, I have been a prosecutor. And I'm telling him that the Robbery and Firearms Act says that once you take property by force, you are liable to death sentence. He has not replied that. I have told him too that when you want to change a government by force, by any means, whether by snatching or anything, by not following constitution, you want to change the government, that or overall the president, that is treason or treasonable felony. And the punishment for treason is death. He has not responded to that. So I am not saying we want to cure illegality with legality. I am telling you we want to cure legality with illegality. The death, and let me tell you this, all even law students, and I will pray that, please, Dino Melaye, with all respect, find more time to spend in the classroom than, in hospitals and all the theatrics you play. If you had spent more time in your criminal class, you will understand that it is not all the time that law enforcement agencies, when they kill people at the scene of crime, using violence and force, that is an illegality. That is
Mr. Keyamo, again, I wouldn't want us to stay on personality. Don't let us attack personality. Let's stay on the issues. The senator is a distinguished member of the National Assembly, so I wouldn't want, as much as I caution him, I wouldn't want also to go on personal attacks. So the big question is, like I showed our viewers earlier today, the election of Saturday, the APC had said, your party, Senator Melaye, is jittery that you are going to lose.
If you don't mind, please. If you don't mind, please. He posed a question, and I would like to quickly respond to that. From the punctuations of the SAN, he is turning the whole thing to insults and all that. But I will not go that line with him. I will not go into the gutters with Festus.
But you insulted the president now. No, with respect, can you apologize for insulting the president?
I will just
can you apologize?
I will not go into the gutters
with you.
No,
can you apologize for insulting the president?
I will not go into the gutters with you.
You should go back to the hospital.
I will not go back to the gutters with you. What I want to make it, what he said is an abnormal situation. So basically, if you are saying that because a man carries a ballot box, because the president already has acted as justice or honorable judge of a high court by pronouncing death on people without going through legal decision. Your Firearms Act and all you quoted, did he empower the president, Muhammadu Buhari, to make pronouncement of death on criminals or people who are caught disobeying the law of the land? Because you are now saying that the pronouncement of the president is justified. You are a senior advocate of Nigeria. And I know that elementary law tells you that the president is not a judge of a high court, he's not a magistrate, he's not a Supreme Court justice. He has no powers within his disposal to make pronouncement of death or cause one to die because of an offense. So you, as senior advocate of Nigeria, is that what you were taught in law school, to say that the president has powers to make pronouncement of death on an offender or a criminal in this country?
That is
what I'm saying.
Let me answer you.
You need a court of law to make such pronouncements, not the president of a country to make declaration of death on people who have committed offense. He has no such powers. He's not a judge, he's not a justice, he's not an officer of the law. He cannot make such pronouncement. And it's disgraceful that you are here defending what is supposed to be shameful. Your kids are watching this program. Your kids will ask you tomorrow, Daddy, do you say it is okay for a president of a country to make such very grievous, satanic, wicked, intellectually stagnant statement without recourse? I expect you, as an office, as somebody who practices law, somebody who is an apostle in the temple of justice, to come out and make ameliorations for the wrongdoing of Mr. President. Instead, you are being insolent, you are passing unprintable words on individuals here. And you said I insulted the president. I did not insult the president. Rather, I advised Mr. President. Now, the action of Mr. President,
Senator, just a moment. Senator, just a moment. We would like to take a break now. I'll allow Mr. Keyamo to respond to that. I'll allow you to respond. Mr. Keyamo, just a moment. We need to take this break. When we come back, I'll allow Mr. Keyamo to respond. There's still a few issues to trash out here before we go with my panel. Don't go anywhere, everyone. We'll be right back.